The prison courtyard was quiet, a rare calm in a place usually filled with shouting and clanging metal doors. Claire sat on a worn wooden bench, tracing her fingers along the rough surface, trying to calm the fluttering in her chest. Belle appeared, her steps careful but deliberate, the sunlight glinting off her dark hair. "Hey," Belle said softly, lowering herself beside Claire. Their knees brushed, and a small spark ran through Claire that she tried to ignore. "Hey," Claire replied, her voice slightly shaky. She couldn't help the way her heart raced whenever Belle was near. Prison rules didn't allow for friendships like theirs to grow, let alone romance, but the connection between them was undeniable. Belle leaned closer, almost conspiratorially. "Did you hear about the new warden? She's strict, even more than the last one." Claire nodded, but her attention was elsewhere. The way Belle's perfume lingered, subtle but intoxicating, made her dizzy. I don't care about the warden right now," she whispered, barely audible. Belle's eyes softened, and before Claire could think, Belle's hand brushed against hers. It was a tentative, fleeting touch, yet it sent warmth coursing through Claire. "I don't either," Belle said, her voice barely more than a sigh. Time seemed to slow. The other inmates moved in the background, oblivious to the tiny bubble of tension surrounding Claire and Belle. Slowly, Belle's hand covered Claire's, fingers entwining. Claire's breath hitched. The danger of being caught only heightened the thrill. I can't stop thinking about you," Claire admitted, her voice trembling. Belle's lips curved into a small, knowing smile. "Good," she whispered. Then, leaning just slightly, she pressed her lips to Claire's in a gentle, almost hesitant kiss. It was brief but electric. Claire's entire body tingled, and for a moment, the oppressive walls of the prison melted away. Pulling back slightly, Belle rested her forehead against Claire's. "We have to be careful," she murmured. "I don't care," Claire replied honestly, her heart pounding. "I've never felt like this before." The bells signaling the end of yard time echoed through the courtyard, breaking their moment. They reluctantly pulled apart but held hands under the table as they walked back to the cell block. Every glance and brush of fingers kept the spark alive. Later that evening, in the dim light of the shared cell, they sat side by side on their bunk. Claire couldn't stop thinking about the kiss, the warmth of Belle's hand. Belle noticed her staring and smiled softly. "We'll have more moments," she promised, leaning in for another tender kiss. This one lingered longer, deeper, their emotions pouring through each touch. Claire rested her head on Belle's shoulder, heart full of both fear and longing. Outside, the prison walls remained cold and unyielding, but inside, a secret love was blossoming, defiant, passionate, and forbidden. As they whispered softly to each other, plotting stolen moments and shared glances, the world beyond the prison seemed to fade. For Claire and Belle, love was their rebellion, and every stolen kiss was a triumph against the walls that tried to keep them apart. The night ended with their hands intertwined, hearts beating in sync, and the silent promise that no matter the danger, they would find a way to be together.